Christopher Whedon. I'm also known as Smurfoudirty. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a visual artist, illustrator, painter, DJ, pizza artist, and a bunch of other things too. But the main thing is that I paint. Graffiti, to be completely honest, well, I went to art and design high school. I got in there in 2003, and that school has a very large history of graffiti writers coming out of there. Everybody from Lady Pink to Futura 2000 and a bunch of other people. And I just kind of saw that through the culture. I mean, everybody from the school was already doing graffiti. And I kind of saw that the cats that were doing graffiti kind of got a lot of attention. They were like the coolest dudes in the school. Like, it wasn't a school where jocks or cheerleaders or some shit like that was running the school. It was more like the artists, the illegal artists. So that kind of got me really intrigued. And as soon as I got in there, I started practicing, and I practiced for about 2.5 years before I ever went out and did anything illegal. So yeah, it was. I just got drawn in that kind of lifestyle that I saw them living. Sneaking beers into school at 10 a.m.
Cool.
Cutting every class to go to lunch and gym.
Yeah.
I just kind of love that. So. Nah, everything's always very mixy. I like to mix it up every time. I mean, I have my certain styles and my characters that I always like to incorporate for the most part, but I like to make everything different. Like, everything is its own one piece. I don't like to recycle anything too much. I mean, all the characters represent me in a way, and they're kind of like representations of my friends or people that I've met also. Yeah, I would say that everything that I produce is kind of a reflection of myself. All the craziness, the blood, or the drug use in the paintings, the wild party scenes, it's all a reflection of my lifestyle. Well, right now, the last couple of years, I've been a lot into cartooning and just branding my own cartoons. So I have a duck that's addicted to PCP, and then I have an alligator that always smokes weed, and it's always these kind of fun-looking characters. They look really cute. They have big eyes, almost like on an anime kind of style, but they're always doing really questionable things, and that's kind of the underlying thing of my artwork is that everybody has their dark side of what they do. You know what I mean? Everybody has their flaws. So that's why it's cute, pretty on the outside, but then on the inside you're really you're kind of disgusting. Here and there I try to put underlining messages, but for the most part it's just imagery. If I'm feeling like I want to incorporate something, it's probably because I read too much or watched a documentary I probably shouldn't have watched. It comes out in my artwork, but for the most part it's just imagery. I kind of just do whatever I see in my head. I don't think it's become too mainstream. I think there's ways that you can do it, even if you want to be somebody like a Coke 2 or somebody or Obey, Shipper Ferry, that's now so widely known. There's ways to retain your individuality when it comes to if you want it to be mainstream or not. I think some people just want to go the mainstream route because there's obviously a lot of money in it. For myself, I want to retain my individuality and just do whatever I want and have people respect me for that, and not try to conform to anything. It's illegal. That's the most difficult part about it. But then again, that's why we do it. I mean, that's why I started, is that kind of rush feeling of going out at 2 or 3 in the morning and painting something without permission, and ducking from the cops and running from police, and being chased out of buildings by tenants and things like that. It's all the same, and it's never gonna change like that unless they make the penalty minimum of 5 years. I bet people will stop bombing, but for the most part, I don't think it will ever stop. I mean, that's why I do it. I do it because it sets you apart from just regular life. It's a whole other side of living when it comes to that. Fashion to me. Oh, fashion is very vast for me. I mean, I go through phases in my life of fashion. So right now I'm in my vintage Tommy Hilfiger polo phase. I do a lot of trading and selling of very classic pieces for Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Nautica, things of that nature. I'm way more of a comfortable. I like to be comfortable. Still look good, but then again, like, it's not super serious to me because I'll spend a couple $100s on a piece and I'll go do a mural in it, get paint on it, ruin it. But to me, it's just to me, it's like fashion is like art to me. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. Like if I like something, I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna live in it. Graffiti art as a subculture, I'd say so. I mean, I think now it's way more in the light than it was, but it's still definitely, when it comes to like that lifestyle, like I said, there's a lot of people that want to be in it and try to be in it, but unless you're really in it, you're not really in it,
Right.
just to say the least. The biggest and only fashion trend for like a real graffiti artist is polos. I'll tell you guys that now. If you've researched that, you'll see all the biggest like writers from back in the 80s and the 90s. They're all really big lowheads. They all wear insane. I know some guys that will not come out the house unless everything is polo. That's it. Only Ralph.
So,
If you see a dude that's like in his 40s and wearing all polo, you gotta assume that he used to write. Nowadays, it's more like the streetwear thing. So from back then, when you see a guy wearing all polo, if you see a guy wearing like all Supreme, chances are he might have like or is like a writer or something.
okay.
I mean, us being artists, just like how you guys are designers, I think all we really want is just a balance of creative control. That's really it. Well, like for instance, like when I work with people, like designers and things like that, and they ask me for my vision, I mean, when I give it to them, I want it to be, I'm gonna be unadulterated about it, you know what I mean? And it's very like crucial that if I'm gonna work with anybody, that my full, like, with my full capability of what I'm gonna give to you as an artist, like design-wise, me drawing something up or anything like that, I want it to be like that without being changed. So it has to be like that equal playing field of me working with you and you working with me, basically.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, for myself, I'm a lot more minimal, so I just like it to be simple and direct. That's all, and that's functional to me. Let me see. There's a lot of terms going back to like the 70s in graffiti culture that I'm not sure if they use them now too much. But I think they're very reminiscent to just regular slang like in the streets too. You know what? I'm trying to think of some, and it really doesn't come out of me until like I'm talking to somebody about something. Yeah, I mean, there's certain terms that go back like vamping,
Yeah.
which is like taking somebody's paint. A layup is going into the tracks and painting a train. And yeah, but like I said, like that's older. If you listen to somebody older talk and somebody like my age talk, it's probably gonna sound completely different. You know. Have I ever hit a layup? No.
Yeah.
That's really risky. A lot of guys nowadays, if they go paint a train, they paint it back over. So they'll do it for the picture, like a lot of the older school cats from like the 80s and 70s. They'll paint a train in the yard, but they'll paint it back silver because the penalty for like getting caught like hitting trains is very, very steep. Only guys I know that will hit trains and let it rock is guys from out of the country. So they'll paint, but since they're like from like Stockholm or something like that, they'll let it rock. But the city doesn't let the train go for like even more than a couple hours. If they see a train is painted, they send it right back and they paint it right over.
Okay.
And it's the last moment of the day.
And we
Oh, question. I have so many design images in my head all the time, and being that I actually worked 8 years in the South Street Seaport doing custom clothing, and that's how I kind of got my start into everything and learned all my techniques, painting on clothes and designing on clothes without it being like silkscreen or something like that, actually by hand. I like it to just be funky, not all over the place. Something that's like you said before, functional that I could wear kind of anywhere. You know what I mean? It's not like and it's not to one demographic either. It has to be that everybody would like it. Well, to be honest, to me, that's not really like when I'm painting a mural or something like that. I need to just be comfortable. So anything that I can move around in, I can climb up and down a ladder in, I can squat in, is perfect for me. It's just got to be comfortable.
Do you wish there was like a protective type of like clothing that you could wear to protect your own body when you're working, or you just work with like regular clothes, you don't mind getting dirty?
I do wish that. I'm too lazy to go buy like a paint bodysuit before I go paint a mural. So, but if that was something more accessible, that would be great for me. Because, like I said before, all my clothes I paint are blue.
So
Something like a jumpsuit, like a full body suit that probably zips up in the front. And if it could be something I could wear all the time and maybe be like a little bit more like fitted at the bottom, like some jogger style, but like a full body kind of thing, you know what I mean? That should be dope. I have not seen it yet. Depending on the thing, like if I'm doing installation for like a store or something like that, I'll bring like paintbrushes, different paints, gesso, everything I need on top of spray paint. If I'm just doing a wall like in the street, like a business or something like that, then it's just gonna be spray paint. And yeah, that's a lot. At least like I have to carry like 15 to 20 cans every time I go there. So.
right, so when you carry these cans, do you carry it with a bag?
Yeah, regular book bag.
Do you wish there was like pockets you put in the garment so you could stuff those cans in and then take them out whenever to spray that would be more functional for you, or
That would be nice. Some type of multi-pocketed trench coat. It's like thick enough that it will hold the paint without it rattling around. That would